Hi, I'm Phil Bridges, owner of Straight Arrow Repair. Ever want to know how a repairman fixes things? Well, come with me and I'll show you how I solve problems. Let's make things better together. Well, glad to have you with us. One more journey. We've got a older house here that is settled, and what we're looking at is humping that floor and like, oh well, there's a problem over there. Actually, what it is you see the gap. There's a gap right here on the floor. Can you get in that? Okay. That's a sign that the floor is pulling apart from the wall. It's not as much as it is at level, but I would normally do this with a longer board. But in 4 foot, we're like 1.5 inches. Okay. About the same. So we're probably to that main wall, which is a load-bearing wall. Look how it's busted right there.
Yeah,
See right here where we're busted.
see level.
See the and we're running downhill to that way. And you come with me.
That much, huh?
Yeah,
And that's on top of your
okay, and that's already separated from the floor too.
Yeah.
In here, we're running downhill to this wall. But I think it's mostly because these floor joists need to come up. There'll be a beam right here that needs to come up and it'll lift the floor joist with it.
The whole.
So if you come in here.
That beam's probably right here in the middle of these two walls.
Let's open those curtains up and get some light. It's like a dungeon in here. So, if we look over here, the big hump in the floor. You see that 4 foot level?
You can see the hump coming right here and one coming right there. Probably level right there, ain't it?
Yeah. So, this, for whatever reason, has held up, and the main center wall, the load-bearing wall here, is dropped down. It's dropped down that way.
All the way right.
And I think the lowest point would be right about here.
Mm-hmm. I believe you are correct.
You start seeing cracks like this. It's not always, but quite often it's a sign that we got settling.
Well, since there's no door on it, it's a good chance it's settled.
It's a good chance. See how the crack right
I mean,
here?
99% positive probably.
Right here.
Right here too, they taped this over here one.
Yep.
Cracked all the way up through there.
There's a crack in the ceiling with the walls trying to come from the ceiling. Just because you see a crack in your house does not mean that you need to jack your house up. I don't want you to think that.
Slap the sheetrocker for breaking the joint right there anyway.
But it's sort of like, if you don't know Spanish, if you know a little bit of Spanish, you can kind of guess at what they're saying. It's sort of this. Whenever I see them come into a house and they say, my floor's rolling this way, I start looking around and I see cracks. It's just reassuring me that I've got the right interpretation. There's certain things that you look for, like how that floor down here is separated from the wall. Because the wall is trying to hang on to the ceiling. The floor is dropped down. So, these are all signs of what we've got to do. And we will really find out what we got to do when we go underneath. How do we get underneath? One, access, I was shown. So I don't know if I'm small enough, but we'll see. It's right there. So we got to take that up. We got to take that up. And then in here, we go back to that. place has had a water leak for quite a while.
He said make an access, we'll show you why. We gotta fix the floor.
So, and we're gonna replumb this house while we're underneath it, so. This is another place. We'll tear out all this floor, not the ceramic tile. I was asked not to do that. And we'll later on put it back in. So this is what we're doing. I'm saying so too much. It's Phil Bridges. If you like what you saw, you think it might be helpful to somebody else, push that like button and let other people know what you and I now know. And we'll work together toward making a brighter future. And by the way, we're not Americans, we're Americans. See you next time.